Welcome to the ever-controversial Socialkenny's PUA show, a kick-ass podcast geared towards coaching men on how to attract the girl, lay the girl, and or keep the girl. And it's not just another boring podcast. I would incorporate interviews with up-and-coming pickup artists and seduction coaches. And to make it a lot more interesting, I will also throw in some interviews with hot women just to get a female's perspective on sex, dating, and courtship. I'll also be podcasting live from bars, nightclubs, opposed to every other boring podcast which are hosted indoors and indoor venues. Also, coming soon will be the release of my first free PDF ebook entitled How to Bang Foreign Girls. The title speaks for itself. It's a 12-page free ebook with practical and applicable routines and insights on how to bang foreign girls or girls from out of town, wherever you may be located. Yo, what up, guys? Socialkenny once again, alive and kicking, even though a lot of dudes in the manosphere wish I would be exiled and outcast. Yeah, but it's whatever. I'm still here. Good health. Can't complain. But in this episode, though, which is the third episode, we're going to do away with the drama, at least for now. We're going to do away with the manosphere and PUA drama. We're going to get into some practical stuff for the dudes that really just want to learn some tactics, some good insights. So we're going to do away with the drama on the third episode. So what better to talk about? In this episode, we're going to delve into text game. And that goes without saying. Text game is basically, it's a PUA term, which, it basically comes down to texting a girl, whether it's online, mobile, whatever, Facebook chat, POF, whatever it is. It's as long as it deals with texting, communication by text, it's basically text game. It could be online, in person, on a phone. That's strictly text game. And for those who didn't know, it's actually, it's a routine. There's an art to it. So you don't just get up and willy-nilly, go text a chick at any time, saying anything, and expect to get good results. Shit doesn't work like that. So we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of texting, and you could actually check the blog there's an article I wrote probably about around December or so, just before the Christmas hit. It's a good article. It had rave reviews. It's called, the do's and don'ts of texting. And I got the idea from my man. It was from, Rob Judd. The big up and coming PUA pickup artist out of New York City. So I got the idea from Rob on a text game article I wrote. So let's get right into it. The average guy, AFC, he gets a chick's number. He makes fundamental mistakes from the get-go. He texts her right away, which is a big mistake, and in certain cases, that's cool. It's all good to text a woman, like to text a chick an hour later. In certain cases, that's good. And I'm going to point it out. The only time you should really text a girl that soon after, even a half hour after, is if you intend or you plan on meeting up with her right after that. But don't text a girl an hour later if you have no intentions on hooking up with her an hour or so later. For instance, like New Year's, past New Year's, 2012, you can read the article on the blog, the field report, Arab gaming. I basically wrote about an article. It was an article about, it's a field report where I met a HB8 at a local bar. and got a number, and I shot her a text like half an hour later. And a lot of dudes in the community might say, "Yo, that's fucking like that's try hard. That's like stepping over the bounds. It's like a no. But when you think about it, it's not. And a lot of gurus agree with me in the community that in certain cases it's not a bad idea. And this is a perfect example. I wanted to hook up with this chick the same night. So for me to have text her half hour later, it was all good. She was not expecting me, or I wasn't expected to be texting back and forth with her for like 10 hours, which would be lame, matter of fact. Nah, I had intentions on meeting up, and I did meet up with her later that night. Maybe 2 hours later, we set a meet up. We did meet up at the pier, and hey, it was nice. Kiss close, we danced, did our thing. Sex didn't happen. LMR is a bitch. So that didn't go down like that. But that is the only time you want to text a girl right after, is if you have, if it's your intention to hook up with her sexually that same night. For instance, you get a girl number at the club, text her a half hour later if you plan on bouncing with her from the club. But let's say you get a girl's number during the daytime, during day game sergeant. You get a number, 3 p.m. during the day. Don't go fucking texting her at 3:30 or 4 o'clock when you know there's no possibility that she's going to go on a date with you that same day. Don't do it. So leave that for another day or even later on that night or that evening. Shoot her a little text. All right, so let's talk about now the how-tos of texting, of text game. Let's say your first text should be, and a lot of guys know this, in the pickup community. A lot of guys basically know your first text should be somewhat of like callback humor. And the guru Neil Strauss, he spoke about this a lot. Callback humor is basically like, girl gives you her number, you exchange numbers, a day or so goes by, there's probably a 50-50 chance that she doesn't remember who you are. So with callback humor, it's a little joke or whatnot, and you insert something in the text or in a call that lets her know, hey, this is me, the fun guy from the other day. Simple as that. So when you text a girl for the first time, you want to use a bit of callback humor. You don't want to say, hey, this is Kenny and whatever. No. You want to be like, hey, we had a good chat the other day, but, the roller coaster ride shit that we spoke about, that was so crazy, and I don't even want to go there with you because, hey, I'm scared of roller coasters. And with that right there, you don't even have to insert your name. The fact that y'all spoke about roller coasters or whatnot, she's going to automatically know, hey, here's the fun guy I was speaking to the other day about roller coasters or about swimming, about hiking, whatever. So that is callback humor. And you can incorporate that during text game. And that is the way you do it. That should be your first text. Your first text should not be, hey, it's Kenny, what's up? No, fuck that. That's boring. It's lame. It's a turn off. It doesn't propel her to even want to acknowledge who the fuck you are. It's as simple as that, boring. So you don't want to be that boring guy when it comes to text game. So your first text should not be, hey, what's up, how are you? No, fuck that, get rid of it. Use some humor in your first text. And that is how you hook her. Now it's like basically that in a way that's sort of like chick crack. We consider it in the PUA community. Chicks definitely dig humorous text. Especially the first text. Because be honest, chicks are used to getting a bunch of texts from dudes, and 80 to 90% of them are, "Hey, what's up? What you doing?" The classic, typical boring shit that AFC dishes out. Typical boring shit. So you want to be that one guy who breaks that trend. The one guy who has instant attraction by being different when it comes to text game. So make your first text be something along those lines. Humor, callback humor, and so forth. And you will definitely see positive returns and feedback from the girl. Another drastic mistakes that a lot of us guys make when we first start texting a girl, and like I said, be it on Facebook chat, POF, OKC, OkCupid, whatever. One of the main crucial mistakes that we make as guys is that we incorporate this whole text game. We take this text game shit to an extreme. Dudes, the point of you getting the girl's number in the first place, presumably, is to hook up. Not to be fucking texting 3 days straight without any phone interaction or without setting up a date or something. So that's totally counterintuitive. So you do not want to be on the phone texting with a girl 24/7. That's a crucial mistake, and I make that mistakes here and there. Despite being, an advanced PUA coach right now, I still, with some women, make that mistake. Where she lulls me into texting for like 5-6 hours straight. And a lot of guys may say, "Hey, well, that's good. That's good. I mean, it shows that the chick is interested. She's texting you, blah, blah, blah. She's vibing or whatever." Yeah, to some degree, that's true. But the backlash to that is women have a sense of getting so comfortable with texting and only texting that they would never want to take it to the next level. And you can't blame her, you know what I mean? You really can't blame her for not wanting to take it to the next level. Because it's the guy's fault ultimately. Because he should not have been sucked or let himself be lulled into this prolonged text gaming. I mean, she's a woman. She's not going to tell you, "Hey, let's quit the texting and let's meet up. Let's hook up. Let's go fuck." No, she's not going to tell you that. She's going to leave it up to you as the guy, as the dominant one, the alpha male. She's going to leave it up to you to say, "Hey, we can't be texting for 5 hours, or I'm not going to be texting for 5 hours. I'm a busy dude. I got shit to do. I'm going to hit you up later." And she's expecting you as the man to do that. To say, "Hey, we're going to meet up at so-and-so. Preferably, you'd want to set up a date over the phone. But as a reminder now, you shoot her a text or two. Hey, you know what I mean? I'm at this cool spot, blah, 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 blah. I'm having a nice cup of coffee. The waiters are fucking crazy. And, this dude got a mohawk. He's like bugging out. The place is just like, I don't even know. I'm trying to relax and read a book, and he's just fucking distracting me with that stupid haircut." Whatever. Just entertain the shit out of her and let her know, "Hey, tag along. I'll be here for 20 minutes more." So that'll be a good example of texting, whereas she knows via a phone conversation that, "Hey, you're going to be at so-and-so coffee shop, so-and-so bakery, whatever, and you're inviting her to come along with you." And as you get there and you're having your coffee or your drink or whatever, You send her a text as a reminder. And that is how you do it. So you don't actually set up the date through a text. You remind her of the meetup through a text. So, quick recap, summary of the text game do's and don'ts that we spoke about. Quick recap before we go. So, you do not want to text her too soon. The only time you text her soon would be if you plan on hooking up with her that same day, same night, if logistics permit. Thirdly, do not text her any boring texts. Please, don't do it. And your first text should be with humor, something humorous. Fifth, do not set up a date through texting. That should be done over the phone. But as a reminder of the date and whatnot, of the logistics, you can send that through texting. And to put the icing on the cake, another grave mistake that guys make is texting too soon, meaning texting before she does. Let's say she takes 5 to 10 minutes to respond to your text. You should take the same amount of time or longer in order to respond or reply to her text. So if her intervals of texting is every 5 minutes, you should not be texting her or replying to her every 3 minutes. That just basically says that you're more invested than she is. She's the prize. That's what you're basically telling her. So you want to make it. You want to flip the script. Make her pursue you. Make her wonder, hey, what the fuck? Why isn't he texting? Let her send you 2 or 3 texts within 5 minutes. You don't be the one sending her 3 or 4 texts in 5 minutes before she sends 2. And that is a grave mistake, and I make that mistake at times. And that is something that we need to avoid as men, is texting too soon and texting her before she texts back. Don't send her 3 texts before she texts you 3 times. So do it 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3. Don't send 3, she send 1, and you send 3, she send 2, you send 5. No, let her do that. Let her invest. So with the next 2 numbers you get, or the next 2 girls you number close, I guarantee, try it. Straight up, dude, try it. Just change the format of your texting, and in that straight up guarantee, you will see changes in the way the chicks respond to you, and how proactive she is, and flakes would even be less. Straight up. So, until next time, do your thing and stay alpha. I'm out.